Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Mythus Operandi, and this is Stonewalkers, episode 9 of our adventure path. I'm joined here with Grogrin playing Storm.
Hello, and welcome, everyone.
We've got Kaar playing Sun.
G'day, hope everyone's having a good day.
We've got Jamie playing Faz.
It's me, Fazio.
Is that his new voice? And we got Ip Man playing Talanor.
Helen Walmat.
Well, welcome in. I hope everyone had a good holiday break. Happy Christmas and a Merry New Year and all that. Anyone got a New Year's resolution?
Oh, I had one the other day.
To come up with a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
To
Well, how
lose
about
another 5 kilos.
Yeah. Okay. And look, I'll accept either a real life resolution or a gaming resolution. Something you want to do more in tabletop or video games, or
Play less video games.
that's the wrong kind of
gonna
resolution.
Oh no, replace it
try
with
and run.
like research, statistics, analysis, and study.
Eat more garlic bread. That's a good one.
I'm going to try and run 2 more D&D campaigns this year.
Oh, hey, if you're looking for players.
Mm.
Are they online ones or are they in person?
I haven't decided yet. I think one of them may be online and one may be in person.
Okay. Sounds good. I don't know how. I don't think I could run 2 campaigns at once. I just get my wires crossed. Just like I can't read 2 books at the same time.
It's good cross-eyed.
I have portfolios for each campaign I run.
Ooh, fancy.
Wouldn't help me, but yeah. I could separate the information on paper, but they don't separate in my brain. All right. I reckon we just jump straight on in. I've got a lot I want us to get done today. And depending on how well or bad things go, we may achieve it or we might not get any close. I'll do a quick recap. It's been a hot minute since we have done the actual adventure path because we had a Christmas special last week. So where we left off last week, our players, and this is going way back, we'll do a full recap, encountered a man by the name Tazo, a Shin Stone Shaman, who was being harried by some axe hounds. They saved his life, they learned his mission. He's after an artifact that was apparently rumored to be being caravanned from Kolinar to the Shattered Plains under the direction of Dalinar Kholin. You made your way to where the caravans were all parked up at the Covenant Stone Crossroads, a location that is about a couple of days, about a week's travel from the Shattered Plains, and it's a meeting spot for people that are traveling in and out because it's got a very large cliff overhang and it's a good place to shelter. While there, the party were attacked by bandits who were apparently after the same thing. Pezo revealed that what he was after was the shardblade of the Herald Talanor Alin, the Herald of War. And there was a madman with that caravan that was claiming to be the Herald, but not too sure about that. I mean, heralds, this is all a thing of mythology, you know, it's they're all idolized in the culture, but they've been gone for a millennium. The party encountered a group of those bandits who had a few similar tattoos of a green glyph word, which was found out to be the glyph word of an archaic version of a cult of Pala, one of the heralds herself. And from there, you found a golden-skinned Iriali man. You chased Tazo into the storm. The Iriali man had a shard blade in his hand, which you assumed was the one that was being carried by the Kholin camp, and they made off into the storm, and the party faced a warrior who was left to defend and defeat them. After getting to the Shattered Plains, you've done a few odd errands, you've chased up a couple of rumors, and you've done a few other things, both progressing finding more about the... Actually, you haven't done any research on the heralds yet, but you have done a few progressions on goals. We won't go into that. You'll have to catch up on that. Anyway, the party is now left with having wrapped up on a duel that Talanor had done, defeating his opponent, and in the last episode, we didn't have Kaar. He was off doing his own thing after a realization that he made away from the party where he was breathing in Stormlight. And I think that's a good spot for us to jump in. So, Kaar, why don't you tell us a little bit in the day? It's been about half a day that you would have had after probably finding somewhere to bunk down for that night after breathing in Stormlight. What happened with Kaar while the party was off doing their own thing?
Well, sun rises before the dawn. To begin like his normal routine of exercise, staying fit, because he's a big horn eater. He needs to keep running around before he gains a bit of fat where he doesn't want it. So he spends his day running around, getting that exercise in. And when he finishes that exercise routine, he goes about helping those who need it. So basically labor work or tightening straps on wagons that are rushing in and out, just doing what Sun would do normally back in its home village. It comes to a point around about he stops and has what would be a morning tea, some soup or some rations set aside, and a thought comes to him, and he's thinking of something that was mentioned and something that might correlate with these newfound breathing that is assisting him. He remembers upon his vow that he made to Tezo, and that a name that Tezo said, a Talanor. Sorry, I don't pronounce it correctly. And he begins to, let's find out what that actually meant. What did Tezo actually mean when he said that name? So he's going around. He spent the majority of the next hour asking of this name. It's like a friend of mine recently passing told me to search out this name, or not search out this name. Said this name. I don't understand what it is. Can someone point me in the right direction? This information eventually leads him to being guided to the temple district, where he keeps asking about, hey, who is this? No one's actually telling me. I'll get like little half answers here, which eventually leads him to a devotary.
Yeah, quite right. So asking around, they're all Alethi, or most are Alethi, and they all give you the same answer. You know, Lenelot is one of the heralds, and when you inquire more and more, other than no one really knows a lot about the heralds. They just know that they're prayed to, and Talanor's the herald of war. Temple complex gives you the directions. Go to the devotary of the mind. That's where they collect information. There's scholars there that specialize in research, and you can find out more. So I think we're going to cut back in with and for movie magic and coincidence and convenience, you've made your way to the devotary of the mind, and unless I'm mistaken, I think the other three of you were planning to go to the devotary of the mind as well. So we can time-wise line that up, that the four of you rock up there at the same time. Whether the three of you see Kaar, who's just ahead of you, you haven't seen him for a day. You had a runner that came by that told the party that he was off sorting out some personal matters, and he'd track you down when he was able. But I'm just gonna leave this with you guys. You know, Talanor, you've found your cousin. I'm assuming, are you going to call out to him, or?
Talanor calls out in Unkalaki for his cousin before not exactly rushing over, but somewhat like fast walking over to basically just, clap him on the back, with a slight, hug of sorts. And he's just like, cousin, where have you been?
Just exploring. I had to clear my mind. Had something I had to do.
As you say, you clear your mind, and Faz is like walking past with his finger digging the earwax out. He's like, it is a very good thing to do, yes. Licks a big bit of earwax and just keeps walking.
No, it was
But,
just this one was just looking for something here. But, remember how Tazo mentioned Talanor?
yes, the Herald Town.
Yes, him. That information led me here.
Well, you could have easily asked me. I was raised on this, but this place would have more information than I would. That's right.
You look like you were in a good mood today. I needed a...
I actually won my duel.
Oh, fantastic.
We won. How many spheres did we win again, Dr. Faz?
Faz kind of like looks back, and he doesn't know. We've spent a little bit of it, but he has the bag. He's just and he's like showing Sun this big fat bag of spheres.
It would have
Yeah.
just
Well,
that it
you
was
go around.
150. You won 150 shards with that bet.
Shards.
Oh, sorry, marks.
I'd
About
love to win some
150
shards.
marks.
50 shards? Hell yes. That's a lot of shards.
But yes, and I've got another duel set up for sometime soon, the next couple of days.
I have no doubt you will win, cousin.
I hope so. We're probably going to need to bet more money this time, though.
I would
We'll
bet
need more
every
for-
sphere I have.
I hope you don't lose them.
Then don't lose.
I will try not to.
My hope is that you guys are either going to be wealthy, stinking rich, or broke as F by the end of this.
Look, we just need the spheres to travel after finding Liz or Liss or whatever her name was.
Yeah,
Liss.
Liss, Liss. Well, after reuniting with Kaar, the four of you are standing out of a rather simple-looking stoneworks building in the camp. The directions that have led you here is this is the Devotery of the Mind. It's kind of an offshoot of the temple building, but not the temple complex itself. It's inside a military bunker, and looking inside, you can notice a few different things. You see a shrine that is for the 10 heralds, dominates the single room, and shelves overflow with religious texts and tablets throughout all of the walls. A pair of ardents work carefully, one at their desk, the other at the shrine. Both have shaved heads and wear grey robes. The ardent at the desk, a slight scholar with spectacles, looks up from their writing and narrows their eyes. It's you, isn't it? The ones that were traveling with Sergeant Alar. Come in. I've been waiting. I was about to come look for you. And she gestures for you to come in. The other one that's over by the actual statues of the heralds doesn't really seem too bothered and just keeps at their work.
Sun just walks in, like it's an open invitation.
Talanor will go over as well, following his cousin.
As doesn't realize he's talking to her. He's person's talking to the group. He kind of looks behind himself like, huh? And then like sees Sun walking through. He's just like, oh, and just follows after him.
You sorry for that. You walk into this this rather large room, and the person that addressed you comes and introduces themselves. They hold out their hand. I'm Shanshan. It is a pleasure to meet you. I and she'll gesture over. And Calais here, we run this scholarly branch. We get a lot of the reports that come in from outside, from the garrison and from the Colin household. And I heard a couple of very puzzling rumors that I am just dying to find more about. And you're the first-hand experience. Oh, this is going to be fun. And then Calais kind of scoffs and goes, "Oh, just don't get too excited now. We've got a lot of work to do." They'll set you in. They pull out a couple of chairs if you want to sit, and you go, "Well, I heard that there were some glyphs that were found on some bandits, and that's very interesting to me. I was wondering, have any of you got a depiction? I've only had it described, but have you got anything that has the glyph, or can you maybe draw it for me? Because I'd love to see what it is."
Talanor will look over to Storm,
Some
who
will
has the dagger.
hand over the dagger. And
You pull out the dagger, and should have had this image ready. I'll pull it up on stream so everybody can see it. Here we go. Show players. Alrighty, has that come up? Actually, I'll have to jump over here. There we go. I just changed this to the battle map on Twitch. A dagger, which looks remarkably like a spearhead that's been utilized as a dagger. It's got a glyph on it. And if you zoom in, it's a green glyph that you were able to determine is an archaic version of the glyph that is used for the followers of Parla, one of the heralds of the 10 heralds. And you present that to her at a show.
indeed, so.
She'll take it reverently from you and look over the glyph and say, "Oh, this is quite interesting, quite intricate as well. I haven't seen a glyph utilized in this fashion in a very, very long time. And one of these bandits were carrying it. Is that right?"
It was also on their faces, or something similar. I'd show you, but these people wouldn't let me cut it off.
It was green. I know.
She pales a little bit at the thought of having her face cut off, and she goes, "Oh well. I mean, it's not uncommon for the markings of heralds to be utilized, but mostly it's in religious fashion. It's not often you see cults that or the like that enable or that replicate their works. What were they doing? What were they after?"
That's a good question. I'm trying to remember.
They took an honor blade from the caravan. Well, what we shouldn't call an honor blade.
An honor blade from one of the heralds, one of the 10 heralds' honor blades.
Eleanor's eyes just kind of go wide as he just kind of looks over at Storm like, "You're just gonna say that out loud?" He's just kind of looking at him like that.
Well, she asked.
She'll
They asked.
she'll smile and go, I heard a rumor. We do get a little bit of tidbit here and there to do research. I had a few odd requests come through from the High Prince himself, or his scribe. Interesting. They did believe that they were bringing something of worth in. An honor blade, and her eyes are kind of like just lighting up. Kayle kind of scoffs over from the other side of the room, going, "Oh, the heralds. I don't know why you're so interested in them. They abandoned us. They betrayed their oaths and they left." And Shansun just looks over at this glyph in front of you and goes, Well, I'm here. If you have questions, I will help you, and I think I have a little bit more research to do."
I could actually give you a depiction of the blade that we saw being carried away during the high storm. Talanor is a big shard blade, plate nerd, so I like to imagine he does a fairly good rendition of Talon's honor blade, or what we assume is Talon's honor blade, and just kind of draws it, and he's just was somewhat nail shaped like this, and they'll just kind of finish the drawing.
Do you want to roll for your drawing skill, or are we happy to just say it's good enough?
Make him roll. I can, yeah.
Make him roll.
Give us a roll. Give him either a lore or maybe an agility test, or...
I gotta wait for my sheet to open. There we go. I'm gonna go with lore, because agility's not that good.
All right, give me a lore test. Let's see how good you rolled on your drawing.
Come on, Talanor.
Okay, with a 9. Look,
it's just a stick with a triangle.
Looks a little bit like a stick person. she'll pick it up and she'll glance over it and smile, and then she goes off and grabs a book from one of the shelves. It's old. It looks like it's been well read, and it's not tattered but worn in. And she brings it forward, and Faz, you actually can catch with your literacy expertise, like you can read a lot of different languages. You catch that it's called Words of Radiance. And she brings out the book and she flicks through it and goes to a page, and she turns it over, and there's like 10 depictions of different honor blades or different shard blades. And she goes, well, from your drawing, I'd say it's probably one of these two. And she indicates one of them, which would be Talanor, and the other one she indicates would be, I'm really blanking on the name of another.
Maybe is it Chanarak? Her blade is split down the middle, I think. The Dustbringer blade.
The one I'm looking at it here. Stone.
I know my shard blades.
You know your shard blades? I'll go with your decision there. But yeah, and she goes, well, it could be one of these two. And what was that, Kaar?
I'm just going to send you what they look like.
Oh, beautiful. Chat,
Yeah.
You'll just have to use your imagination or Google it.
Yeah, but Talanor will point out Town's blade.
Yeah, the images of the actual honor blades, you'd be able to pick out the one that would be Talon's blade. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
showing...
I was right. Chana's is pretty close to Town's blade.
No, that's the one I was thinking of. Good job. Yeah, so she indicates it could have been one of those two. And so you point that out, and she goes, okay, well, Talon, the god of the Herald of War, if you say you saw the shard blade, all shard blades are different. The actual likelihood of it being one of the honor blades, which hasn't been seen in a millennium, that even I feel is a little far-fetched, but definitely exciting. And she'll look back over at the dagger and go, but how do you fall into all this? And she'll indicate the actual glyph. It's an archaic version of the glyph Pala. I believe it represents the Truth Watchers, an order of ancient knights. And Kayleigh will cut in, and an ironic name, even if I ever heard one. Yeah, this appears to be the glyph, not just of Pala, but of the Order of Truth Watchers that Pala had led during the Desolations. Their Knight Radiant that she founded.
Were they also bandits? Son, openly asks.
Yeah. Kayleigh will actually cut in and go, well, it is thought that a lot of the heralds, a lot of the Knights Radiant were little more than bandits, so it's fitting. Maybe they are. Maybe they were. And Shanshan kind of dismisses her and goes, no, that the Knights Radiant were a majestic order that defended us. I don't think there's enough information on how they betrayed their oaths, but I like to believe that there is goodness in all of humanity, and that there must have been a reason. But this is very interesting to have this glyph come up.
What if you said Truth Watchers? Maybe they're hiding the truth of something. A blade of a herald would be quite valuable and potentially damning for other religions. So maybe someone's trying to hide information. It's obvious the way with how Talanor's speaking. He doesn't do this subterfuge theorizing type stuff. He's very solve my problems with my fists type person, or through diplomacy and talking. He's not all about the whole oh, maybe this.
She'll look back at you and go, well, it might be fitting. The Truth Watchers were an order of Radiance concerned with, well, it's a matter of some debate. And she pulls out the book she's holding, Words of Radiance. She goes, flicks to a page and goes, "Let me quote. Now, as the Truth Watchers were esoteric in nature, their order being formed entirely of those who never spoke or wrote of what they did. In this lies frustration for those who would see their exceeding secrecy from the outside. They were not only inclined to explanation." And then she rattles on a little bit. I'm sorry. There's just not a lot that is written on them, and much has been lost to time. The Truth Watchers were one of the most secretive of all of the orders.
Odd. Very odd.
Well, This, I think, asks more questions than it answers. It's a little bit puzzling. Well, you brought this information here to me. Is there anything I can do in return? I'm sorry. I don't have a lot more information on them, on the Truth Watchers, as I've just said.
Why take Talanor's blade? Why not look for the Truth Watcher blade or whatever that is?
Oh, well, probably because they are with the Heralds in the Tranquiline Halls. I mean, the Heralds were supposed to lead the battle for the Tranquiline Halls. I would imagine that none of them would be here anymore. The Heralds would have taken them with them.
Son sort of like just looks away, like in thoughtful. Doesn't really ask anything else.
Do you have any more information on the Heralds?
Well, few tidbits I could probably... The Heralds were said to be mythical in power. They have the ability to do things like similar to the Knights Radiant, but at a greater scale. I could do a bit more research on it for you. I'm sure this book holds a lot more secrets than I've had the chance to delve into. I haven't read this Words of Radiance in quite a while.
Powers? What powers?
Well, things like, and she flicks through the pages a little bit, gravitation, illumination, cohesion, that sort of thing. I think all of the orders had different abilities that they got from the Heralds, that were bestowed upon them from the Heralds.
Sun's going to look to Faz, like with a confused look, hoping Faz would explain like what some of those words actually mean.
You kind of like look up and do like a hand movement, like the magic that makes the world topsy-turvy. Up becomes down, down becomes left, right becomes in. All very confusing. And then I'll kind of like look over at the book. Is there anything I can gather from it that the scholar might not be?
I mean, if you want to take it from her and read it, you could probably study the book, but you might need to convince her to let you take the book. I mean, just from a glance, you can't really get anything just from the tidbits that you can read over her shoulder. You'd have to sit down and read through it.
Could we take the book with us for a bit? Have a study of it ourselves?
She'll look you up and down and roll for me a persuasion test.
Skills.
And then
used up all those crap ones during the Christmas special.
A natural 20, you say. Well, she'll warmly smile and go, "It's nice to have somebody with similar interests." And she'll look over at Calais. Not all of us believe that the Heralds were real, let alone... Hold on a sec. They're Ardents. They definitely believe the Heralds were real. Not all of us look upon the Heralds and the Knights Radiant in the same way, she'll say with a smile. She'll offer you the book. I think it's time for me to put in an order request to get this one replaced anyway. While it's still in good condition, here, why don't... And she'll hold it out for you. I can get myself another copy. If you're that interested, please take it.
Baz like dusts his hands off on this like blood and viscera stained apron. Just, I'll take good care of it. just and grabs it straight out of her hands. Didn't even check to see if it was clean or anything. Like, obviously it is, but it's so old and stained. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And then takes it out of her hands.
Yeah. Now you have obtained a copy of Words of Radiance, which is a book that details the history of the Heralds and Knight Radiant.
Is the author Brandon Sanderson?
No, that one was written by. I'm looking
wrote The
in
Way of
chat.
Kings.
Early Down Under. No, because the Way of Kings author is what's his name? The King, Noadon.
Noadon. There we go.
I don't know if Noadon also wrote Words of Radiance.
No, I feel like Words of Radiance was potentially written by like a Truth Watcher or a one of the other ones that's Smarty Pants nerd, one of the nerd orders.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that because Noadon wrote The Way of Kings, but I think Words of Radiance was written after his time. Regardless, I can do some. I'm going to be curious enough that I'll look that up after the session. Yeah, but yeah, you've got yourself a copy of Words of Radiance.
I found out it doesn't matter because it's unknown.
There you go. Unknown.
Talanor will look over to his cousin. Don't you want to ask more about the Herald Town?
Yes. Who is Herald Town?
She'll basically recite to you the Voron view of Talanor Elin, the Herald of War. He was the leader of the Stone Wards, or Stone Wardens. Wardens or wards? Stone Wardens.
Stone Wards.
Stone Wards.
Let me check the character sheet.
He was the embodiment of the stalwart warrior. Always the last on a battlefield, would fight until the very end. And she'll recite like a few different pages of Voron history and religious dogma towards you, essentially, and give you a good enough idea of who Talanor Elin was, or a town as is known as. But yeah, she'll give you a good enough idea. I can probably pull up a little blurb if you want, but you as a player probably have a good idea of it.
Yeah.
I've got the culture thing pulled up because I wanted to see what Talanor would know about the Herald.
Why don't you recite a little bit about Talon for us?
In most Voron nations, from what my father told me, he's known as Talanor Lat Elin, or Stone Sinew. He's revered as a warrior who helped drive off the Voidbringers from Roshar, and now he takes the fight to them in the Tranquil Halls with the other heralds. There's a couple major temples dedicated to him in Thalen and Kolinar. Most art of him in these temples depict him fighting off against hundreds of Voidbringers, all by himself. There's a devotery in Alethkar dedicated to him. And yeah, that's add a character. That's pretty much all he would know.
Big, strong fighter, protected mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a very noble warrior.
And as you're hearing the depiction of Talanor as well, I'm just rolling a little sneaky die. You feel I imagine that stone of yours is in a pouch on your hip, yeah?
Yeah. Actually, he keeps it in like there's like not any behind his beard, under his tunic. There's like a little secret pouch where he keeps beads and mementos. So it's in
like sewn into the inside of your tunic.
Yep.
You feel it start pulsing and vibrating as the description goes on, and then after the description, after Talanor finishes talking, it quietens down. But you feel the stone itself vibrate and pulse lively.
It's actually where my name comes from. The Tal in my name. Part of.
Were you related?
No. It's a common tradition of the Alethi people.
I thought he might be from your father's side. Never mind. My apologies.
No.
Talanor's like the real world Genghis Khan. Everyone can draw a line back to him.
Yeah. But yeah, no, my father hoped that me sharing a name with him would ensure that I grew up to be a great warrior and protector. He is very well loved in the Lethkar.
Looks like it has worked.
Thank you, cousin.
I didn't actually draw on me that that could have been the naming behind Talanor. But yeah, Talanor.
If I remember correctly, Kaladin, his is from Kalek, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just remember Kaladin didn't like his name because it sounded too light eyes and
Yeah. I think it's
you're
because
probably right.
Light Eyes, yeah. I can't remember the exact naming scheme, but some people have some of the herald's name tied into their name.
Well, as you guys were talking, Calais, the other ardent there, the more impatient one, kind of looks up and goes, "Well, is there anything else that you needed from us, as we do have a lot of work to do?"
Storm will look towards Fez and kind of give him a shove in the side.
You're muted.
kind of just go, "Oh, the fuck you do that for?" He's so entranced by this like description that Talanor's giving is completely like what's it called?
He's zoned in.
He's zoned in. He's totally zoned
or
in.
Tunnel visioned. Yeah.
Yeah, it is like grabs
It's
the
locked on.
Remember last night's work.
Yeah, you'd have all of the notes from your dissection, your of the Parshendi. Whether or not you've had time to sit down and revise and review it, whether
no, that was done immediately following it. But back at the inn. Yeah.
Shanshan will say, notes on what kind of work? And she does seem like she's interested if you wanted to produce any.
We'll kind of like look down at the book and go, "Oh yes, that's right," and then pull out the notepad of the notes we took of like dissecting the Parshendi. "You may want to have a look through these," and then he just opens it straight up to like a detailed picture of like a Parshendi just split open from chest to like stomach.
She'll take it, and she doesn't seem too shocked by the graphic detail of it, and she'll be like, "Oh, very interesting. I haven't seen anything like this in many a year." And then she'll take the book with her, and she wanders over to a shelf to the side, and she'll start rifling through, and then pulls out another book, and she'll come back. "In our first interactions, there were a few scholars who tried to find out more about the Parshendi. They killed our king, and then all of a sudden we were at war, and next thing we knew, either prisoners of war or for information to find more about them, some autopsies similar to this were done." And then she'll look through yours again, and she'll go, "Yours is a little bit more detailed than some of the other work that I had. You wouldn't mind if I make a copy of this, would you?"
No, by all means. I'd love for your library here to have more.
Yes, well, it's a topic that I think many found no need for. It, while it had some interesting things, it didn't reveal any new information on a better way to defeat the Parshendi. Obviously, the High Princes were interested in weaknesses that they could exploit in this war, but, well, their carapace is something we just couldn't figure out an easy way to get around, other than it was never a topic that I had too much taste for. But eventually the High Princes all got bored of reports and no real weakness was found. So it wasn't very detailed, but it's good to have more information on any topic, I always say. And she'll flick all the way to the front of the book. Have you got your name and like, you know, the medical memoirs of Dr. Fazir Ilya Bondeth III in it, or is it just unnamed?
No, it would be like scribbled on the front, sort of haphazardly as like a second thought. Yeah.
Well, I would happily record this, and depending on what you want to do with the information, this is your studies after all. I can see to it. And she looks through the whole book. It is quite detailed. I think it would make quite a good compilation for anyone else that is seeking this information in the future.
Excellent. It feels good to contribute. Anyway.
Well, I may have some questions on this. I'll try and combine your works with some of the less detailed works if I need a greater picture, but I may not need to, looking at how well you went into detail. Even measurements on the size of certain, and she'll blush a little bit, organs and appendages.
Yes, his feet were very large.
Well, I have my workout set out for me. Excellent. And she'll clap her hands together. I have a lot to do, but if you have any more questions, please ask me. And yes, you have definitely been the most interesting person that have come by, or like you look at the four of you, the topics that you can run into when you're least expecting them. Oh, and she looks like she's quite happy with everything. But yeah, anything else you guys want to ask while you're there?
Son's got no other questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm happy.
Well, you finish your business there. She'll find out and ask, you know, the group of you and Faz where she could contact you if she has any questions about copying the book over. You let her know that you're located over at the Ornery Chull, is where you're currently camping out, and you leave the Devotery of the Mind. Where would you like to go next? Would you like a refresher on what you've been told and what you're after, or you guys got a good enough idea on that?
I would appreciate a refresher on where we've been and what we've done.
Okay.
Like in the war camp solely.
Yes.
I know we need to go to the Aladar war camps to check out on a rumor about Liss. Or Liss.
Liss, I see. Yeah.
So that's basically it in a nutshell. While you guys were on the first day at Batani's bunker, you did find out a rumor that a Shin traveler was seen to be visiting the Aladar war camp and went to the Red Rockbud, which is a gambling den. It was only mentioned in a guard report of note because not a lot of Shin are ever seen. Like, Storm might be one of the only Shin that's in the war camps in entirety currently. So it was mentioned that a Shin was seen at the Red Rock Bud, or going to the Red Rock Bud. I can't speak. Red Rock Bud at the Aladar war camp. Other than that, you found out that Liss isn't reported as a comer or goer in any of the war camps at the guard entry points, because they do take the comings and goings of all the people. So that name didn't come up at all. And that's about it. Yeah, so I guess now that I think about it, yeah, that's basically the only thing you have to go off right now.
Yeah, and it is a gambling den, and you know we have done some gambling, so we might be able to go there, get some information, get a little bit of spheres, you know.
Right, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Faz, can I have some of those spheres to keep safe?
Oh yeah, I was going to say. So, do we want to be splitting the party's loot up now? We've got a fair bit.
I think it's probably good to split up spheres. You guys keep track whenever you get spheres. Designate it.
Talanor's fine.
It's more so that when it gets to the stage where you guys start to mechanically need spheres for investiture, you should be keeping track of how many spheres you all have. So if you guys want to split it up, what's the current total looking at?
We have 351 marks between the four of us.
Talanor already spent most of his spheres, though, his portion. So don't hand any over to him.
Oh, this is stuff that hasn't been spent.
Oh no, I know. I had to pull a little bit from the party pool like a few sessions ago.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's about 87 each. If we just
Split it through.
if we round it, then we can leave like 20 something, 28 in the party loot, and then everyone else has 80 each. So add 80 to your diamond rocks.
All right, cool. Everyone's got 80 play money, and then you'll have a little bit more in the party loot.
All right.
Is that for all 4 of us or the 3?
Yeah,
of you?
all 4.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
look, I think it's fair because I mean,
accept.
some people's kits are going to always cost more than other people's kits. I'm happy for whatever's been handed out. Yeah, you had to spend a little bit more, Talanor. I guess it's up to the party though. If you guys wanted to keep change and keep tabs on how much he owes you.
Oh, that works out well too, because now there's no fractions, so 31 marks left in the party loot.
Nice. That works well.
Yep.
And I guess every time it like hits 100, you can just divvy out 25 marks to everyone.
Yeah, I'll just give you all my done ones to be right.
I think all of our spheres should be charged up, even yours, because there was a high storm right the day before the duel.
Correct.
So,
I fast-tracked a high storm to make things play off a little bit easier in the session you missed, Kaar.
Okay.
yeah.
So yours would have recharged, so everyone has fully invested spheres.
So I'm just gonna add
Probably spheres.
80 for you, 80 for you, 80 for you.
The little thief comes up, 80 for me, and then grabs it.
The bacon thief returns. The
It's the
messenger
bacon
boy.
thief. All right. You guys leaving the Colin War Camp for the... I mean, Storm left it, but you guys are heading out to the Aladar War Camp?
Yeah. I suppose we are.
Now, I've never been to a gambling den before, and I've heard many things about the Aladar War Camp. Apparently, my father did some dealings at some point, but let's try not to lose all our money. As I trust you to be good at gambling. We need to.
He just, no. But where is Gavlin? And just going scurries off.
Gavlin, the person that was taking bets during the dueling. Who knows? Maybe you'll find Gavlin at the Red Bot Rock Bud. I hadn't considered that, but I'll roll for it.
Let's saddle up Chuladin and head out to the Aladar War Camps.
Yep.
Alrighty. I guess if you want, you can stop by the Ornery Chull and you check in with the owner there, and I think we worked out it'd be like 4 marks a week for them to house your Chull.
Yeah, and I don't think we've been here for more than a week, so
no, this is like the 4th day, I believe.
Yeah, third or
day.
4th.
Yeah,
and a week on Roshar is like 10 days.
It is correct. But that's all handled. You guys can, if you want to knock off the party stash, it's 4 spheres for you guys for the night for the room that you guys have set up.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from the Ornery Chull, because it is on the way to the gate, you leave the Colin War Camp. I would love to see a bird's eye view, or at least like a hilled view of what these look like, because I reckon it would be quite
there is actually a picture. There's actually a picture of the war camps.
Yeah, flick it to me in Discord and I can pull it up on the stream. But you guys make your way out of the Colin War Camp towards Aladar's. And you'll notice there's a few things that are outside the war camps themselves. There's the big market that is it's being patrolled by Colin soldiers, but it doesn't hold allegiance to any of the war camps. These are all the merchants that didn't want to set up inside one of the war camps themselves. And just offshoot of that, on the way to the Aladar War Camp, you spot a medley of painted wagons which form a half circle outside the crater wall of the Aladar War Camp. Taking advantage of the beaten path between the High Prince's domains, you spot a Thalayan who appears to be ringleading a small group of other Thalayan merchants. He calls out to all passerbyers. His long eyebrows and beard are dyed blue, and he wears a colorful motley vest. Come see the weird and wonderful fauna from every corner of Roshar, from tiny cremlings to lurching great shells. The man waves towards you and towards the cages alongside his wagons. We have rare fish all the way from the Pure Lake. Dare you face the fearsome white spines? Or perhaps you seek the rare Shinovar chicken? Come one, come all. And he's looking like anyone that walks past is trying to draw them in. What do you
say
do?
chicken?
I'd say he's probably, you could probably hear him with his calling, but if you guys talk amongst yourselves, he wouldn't hear you unless you call back. And you asked, did he say chicken?
Yeah.
Yes, he did say Shinovar chicken.
Shinovar chicken.
Would the chickens in this land be like covered in scales and be all?
No, they're
Not the
actual
ones from
chickens.
Shinovar. They're actual
But-
chickens.
One thing to note, unless you're from Shinovar, everything that has feathers is considered a chicken of some kind.
So they do have like poultry, which they call chicken, and they will all be just like either white or brown birds that they cultivate or like they breed for food. Actually, give me a lore test, or maybe Storm would even just tell you. The Shinovar chicken is an actual colorful, like this. These are birds of multicolored feathers, so they're quite a rare sight. And if you've ever been to
Think
like a petting zoo,
The old
rarely do
school
so.
jungle fowls.
yeah, think of like
yeah.
a colorful jungle fowl, but they are colorful chickens that are known to be from Shinovar.
We have
Well,
time. We have time. Let's go have a look.
Shinovar chicken. I don't think I've had one of those before.
You probably have eaten chicken before. It is a very common dish.
Not this particular kind.
No, not this particular kind.
Talanor's just gonna look over at Storm and he's just gonna be like, chicken? Just slightly confused. He's used to like pork and crab, so he's like, what is chicken? As he's
Some
looking
will
over.
describe the bird in detail and how it tastes, but mostly how luscious the feathers are and how some people choose to have the feathers as part of their clothing.
No shell?
No shell.
Yeah, it's like storming weird creature.
Yeah, you guys
don't
would be
eat-
particularly
you don't
puzzled
eat
about
the
the
feathers
idea of
either.
soft feather. I talked over you there, Storm. Sorry.
And you don't eat the feathers either.
At least swine have a thick leathery hide to protect them from weather, but soft feathers? Storming madness, in my opinion.
In
It's like we know what we're
Shinovar,
going to do.
Five.
the hide of a sow is also edible.
Is.
Mm.
Delicious when boiled in oil.
Oh no. Fried and crackling in your mouth.
Exactly.
It sounds
Sun's
like we
going
know what we're going to do.
towards the
Yeah,
Menagerie.
start walking off.
Okay, I'm going to bring you all over to a map.
Ooh, battle map. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
No, I
Right?
just I had extra time, so I thought I'd play around and start getting my practice in Incarnate. So I threw together a map just for fun.
Oh, nice.
Were you able to use the account I threw your way?
No, I haven't even looked at it. This was one that I made
Gotcha.
Look at that
probably
face.
6 weeks ago. He's calling out for people to come and sample his wares.
He's like Ajit.
If you have coin. Okay, so you enter a colorful array of wagons with different creatures sprawled in cages. A Thalayan man with blue-dyed beard and eyebrows calls you over. He is standing in front, proudly in front, a colorful array of chickens, different colors. And I did the best I could on the map. Hold on, I can unpause so that doesn't look so horrible. That's about the best I could do with colors on the textures that I had. But, you know, you've got blue, you've got red, green, vibrant colors across all of the chickens. And he'll call your attention over and go, "Come in. Welcome, welcome. Have you come to see the majesty of Revilk's menagerie?" And he'll gesture around him at all of the different articles.
Son's just gonna take like a gander around, seeing like what's available. Like a lot of oohs and ahs of all these creatures he hasn't seen before, particularly the chickens.
Stone will
Talanor
go
is
over
looking around.
towards the chickens and actually see if he has an actual Shinvar chicken.
Okay, give for me an insight or a perception test, Storm. Oh, sorry, that would have been deduction or law, but you definitely pass with a, what did you roll? You got a 15
20.
plus. That's okay. With the 15, with that deduction, you can tell that most of these chickens, most of these birds have dyed feathers, and they're the same kind of regular chicken that is enjoyed at dinner tables throughout Alethkar. However, 2 of the birds appear to be legitimate Shinovar chickens. Tiny red-breasted songbirds from Shinovar, or one of them's a tiny red-breasted songbird from Shinovar, and another is a goose from the Horneater Peaks. So
Ooh.
the rest of you would actually recognize that, and the geese in the Horneater Peaks are quite colorful as well. But one of them is actually a songbird from Shinovar.
Eleanor's gonna look over to his cousin, and then in like Unkalaki, he'll point out the geese, and Talanor, that's probably the only feathered creature Talanor recognizes, and he's like, they're terrifying predators.
Revilk looks at you and overhears, and he goes, I see you've encountered the majestic geese of the peaks before. Yes, while most, and like this one, is very well trained, they can be quite dangerous. And he gives you a wry smile and a wink.
Yeah, it's quite dangerous, giving you quite the bellyache if you don't cook it properly.
I don't trust it. Those things have teeth. Cousin, they have teeth.
So do I.
He'll be a little bit shocked when you talk about eating them, and he's like, oh, no, these ones are not for eating. These ones are far too precious for that.
Faz is standing off to the side, like in like a bird-like posture, going, oh. And when he hears you saying that, he's like, oh, like, what? No.
I have a cage big enough for this one if you'd like to sell him to me, and he'll give you a smile.
That is a very tempting offer.
But that one is not for sale. He travels with us. We keep an eye on him.
Also not for eating. And he goes back to being like doing the chicken thing at the chickens.
Well, feel free to look around. We have over there, and he'll indicate the small cages on the southern side of the map. We have a group of axe hounds that are trained to do more than just fetch. They can do a trick or two, and then he'll look over towards the cages to the west, and you'll notice the cages are currently empty. However, you see a small group of 3 Thalayans that are currently wrangling a pair of white spines, trying to lure them back into their cages. And he goes, and of course, the devastating white spine, we do shows with them. These ones, you've just missed one, and they're going back into their cage for now. But if you come back in a few hours, we'll have them perform for you. I bet you've never seen a white spine perform before.
Son's like, no.
I don't know why, but I just had the idea of like Storm or Faz looking over at Talanor, considering he goes by the white spine now in a duel. He had performed.
And not that long ago either.
That is true. You have seen a white spine perform recently.
Back in 3 hours, we might do it again.
Okay. Also,
Storm.
I'll just point out that Dr. Fazia, the next time you make a roll, you get to add the plot die to it because of a Twitch redemption. I'm not leaning too much. I try and keep these clean recordings for YouTube. For you guys on the YouTube side, we record these live on Twitch, and so we do have a little bit of viewer interaction that you can get involved in. So the next time you make a roll, remind me, you get to add the plot die.
Oh, nice.
As you're talking and joking back and forth with the Thalayan, you notice that the Thalayans that are trying to lead the White Spines back into their cages begin to struggle. One of them, they usher out a scream as they're trying to get these White Spines back in their cages into their reinforced wagon. Each of these beasts are as large as a person, with vicious mandibles and a crest of ivory spikes along their backs. They are White Spines, not as large as you may have seen out hunting, son, but they are still a formidable foe. With a piercing screech, one of the beasts throws itself against a stack of axe-hound cages, dragging two of the crew along with it. Babsk, a Thalayan calls out, rushing over to Revilk in panic as the chain slips from their fingers. The other White Spine rips its chain out of the ground, and this Thalayan yells out, "Run!" And we're going into combat.
Oh. I was about just to... Oh, that's why his mouth was open. Okay.
I love this artwork. As we're going into combat.
It's a really nice color palette.
I know, and so you can see the chickens there a little bit more detailed.
Pastel.
I love the pastels. Yeah, the pastels are great.
I also love pesto.
I love a good pesto.
Pesto.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Gorgeous.
I'm really tempted to try intimidating one of these. Having it as a pet. I want a pet White Spine now.
All right.
I'm on the combat tracker twice.
You shouldn't be, but that's okay.
Probably need to get rid of the war form and the singer.
Yeah, you'll notice I haven't done anything with this combat. I'm going to clear it. Let's reset. Let's delete the encounter.
Thankfully, Talanor
Create new encounter.
has... where is this ability? Practice Kata. It's not going to consume one focus because... There we go. And I am going to Vigilance. For Practice Kata.
I'm going to end encounter. I'm going to do that again. I don't like the symbol that goes above everybody when it's certain people's turns. I'll have to figure out how to delete that. Okay. We're in combat, folks. So, Cosmere RPG, I think this is still only like the third or fourth combat we've ever done. Everyone's getting pretty familiar with it now, so I'll let you know. You guys know what to do. If you want to be a fast turn, click your time icon in the combat section and bring yourself up. Okay, anyone taking a fast turn? Dr. Fazir, what are you doing, Faz?
No.
You're all just testing it?
Yeah.
That's okay. I might turn this music down a little bit because it's real loud.
You know what? I am going to take a fast turn because I want to try and intimidate one of these things into submission so that I can make it my pet.
Take your fast turn, good sir.
Okay. Sun will also take a fast turn.
All right.
Talanor has...
Storm is going to take a slow turn.
25 feet.
All right.
Talanor move.
Take us away, Talanor.
Talanor rushes in, moving 25 feet. He will use a free action from Vigilant Stance to enter Flame Stance. Flame Stance. Go. And he is going to try and use Intimidation on this one here.
Okay. Roll for me, and that would be Intimidation with advantage.
Yes, it will.
And if it fails, or your next test that fails, Talanor, you'll get the bolstered condition if you fail a test because of another Twitch redemption. Maybe I should raise the points on this. If we see them every single combat, I'm gonna have to incorporate a way for you guys to buff up the enemy too.
I will say plot die until later. They don't get very useful until later because you can
Yeah, I'm
still
okay
get a
with that.
negative from plot
Oh
die.
yeah, you can
so,
still get a negative from the plot die. I'm
I
okay
have
with
no
it.
idea what bolstered is. Is that a condition?
Sorry, focused, I think. If
Oh,
you
that'll
fail,
give
you
you
will
focus.
gain focused.
That's extremely good.
Yeah, we might have to tone these down. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
long as
its
everyone
cost is
has
reduced
fun.
by 1.
As long as everyone has fun.
Okay, so I am making my intimidation check on this white spine.
Nice.
Okay.
As Talanor kind of does the, if you've ever watched the Avatar movie, where the Na'vi, they kind of like stamp forward and kind of like almost growl or hiss at an animal or a person. Talanor's trying to assert his dominance over this animal.
Okay. I will say. I was just trying to look at what I'm doing with an intimidation.
Okay.
You know what? I'm okay with that. You square up and bellow at one of the. How are you intimidating this white spine again for me? Sorry, I cannot read this at the same time.
Talanor rushes forward and enters his stance,
Yep.
stamping hard on the ground and just letting out an intimidating bellow as a sort of a challenge of like dominance and whatnot, as he's making himself look bigger and more intimidating with his stance, essentially vying for dominance in this encounter.
That is going to work. And what I'm actually going to do, because the positioning here is a little bit off, I'm going to drag everybody back this way 10 feet. And the reason for that is are you targeting the top or the bottom one?
The top one.
Okay. No, that works. It takes 10 feet step backwards away from you and coincidentally in the direction of the cage. So you have gotten it one stage closer to getting it inside the cage.
Nice. That'll be the end of Talanor's turn. That's all his
Excellent.
action.
All right, 2 actions down for Talanor. Who's up next? That'd be you, son. What are you doing?
Sun is going to move forward. He's only got 20 feet of movement, sadly. Get in front of the good doctor. He needs to stand in front, making sure that his allies are not going to be hurt. And then he's going to draw the spear. Because it doesn't have fast. Yeah, and that's his turn.
Okay, getting into position though. And I'm just rereading this, and I definitely made this map way too small because they're supposed to be 25 feet away from their cage. So we're going even further, folks. Whoop. There we go. Perfect. I would allow you to move further forward if you wanted to, son. Just assume that your movement started at the back line here. So move anywhere you like. Yeah, you can go even further forward.
That would
We
be
all would have been up near the mat, right?
Yeah,
he's got it.
we'll just
He's got it
pretend that this mat is over here.
So he will interpose himself like next to his cousin,
Yeah,
Like-
great.
holding a spear out, arm towards his cousin's chest, like ready to defend him.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, and for theater of the mind, we'll just pretend that this mat is like here. I definitely had the scale wrong when I made this map.
It happens.
Okay, so you've gotten yourself in a nice defensive position. We're now going to fast turns, and we're going to be doing the white spines. I'm going to say that your intimidation is delaying the top one from acting. However, the second white spine is going to be lashing out at whoever is close. I think it's fair. I'm going to roll a D2 / 1D2, and we'll say a 1 is Sun and a 2 is Talanor.
Yes.
Okay. It is going to charge forward. No. It is going to snap at you or lash out with its claws. So it's going to make an attack against you.
And I use, I think it's aid action as a reaction. Actually,
How does
no,
that
I
reaction
can't do
work?
that.
I think we
Never
looked
mind.
into this in.
No, this is to give advantage to an ally's next test. and I
Yeah,
don't think a test, so never mind, ignore me.
that's okay.
Yeah,
Sun will, however, use the dodge action to try and give disadvantage on the attack.
Okay, on the chance to hit.
and you've braced, haven't you?
Nope.
He hasn't had the
Oh.
chance to yet. Okay, so it's going to have disadvantage on the attack.
Yep.
Watcha!
Orts.
Yes.
Beautiful. With a disadvantage, hitting a natural 1 instead of a 16, which would have hit. It lashes out at you, and you manage to just, using your spear, you're already in position. You just keep it back long enough. And then it is going to... that was it. Move and attack. Okay. That is the white spines done. We're going to slow turns. Now, Storm and Faz, who would like to go first?
Whereabouts would these would these caravans be sort of off to the back 20 feet
We'll
as
say
well?
those caravans are where they are. Just picture the mat of chickens in front of the caravan, not between the two
Okay.
caravans. Just picture the mat of chickens in like here instead. The caravans are exactly where they are.
All right, Baz is gonna grab a chicken and head down as far as he can.
You grab a chicken, and I'm gonna say I wasn't gonna have Vilk be a part of the combat at all, but he'll see you, and I think you're gonna have to roll a contested. Like he looks after these chickens like they are his, like he is the hen and these are his babies.
Does he get disadvantage from the commotion?
I would say that he's not expecting you to grab them. Give for me an agility test or a different relevant test, maybe a survival test if you would like to. That's like kind of animal control. Give me a test to see if you can snatch one up before he sees you going for them.
Don't forget the plot though.
Weren't we saying that I wasn't going to use the plot die for combat?
No, you get to use a plot die for whatever you roll. Add the plot die.
Oh,
Your
so
next-
it
your next
just
roll of
happens on
anything.
the next roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
My cabbage, my chickens.
My chickens.
Oh man, now I'm imagining, because these white spines still have chains on them somewhere. I'm just imagining Talanor and Sun just like yanking the chains and throwing them back
Yep.
into the cage.
Definitely something you could do.
Mhm.
Athletics. Can I use athletics?
Yeah, use athletics. I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I'll use athletics. All right. And then raise the stakes. And we're not adding advantage on any of this, are we?
You know, he
Because of
doesn't
the
see it. You can
commotion?
roll with advantage.
Yeah.
I like the thought. I hate the idea for the pulled chickens and this man, but I love it. I love it as a GM. Yeah, you manage to get underneath him before he realizes what you're going for, because he's got them in like a little. It's not a pen, but he's got it kind of like roped off. Yeah, you manage to jump over it, snatch up one of these birds, and we'll say it took probably 10 feet of movement to get one of them. And
I'm
that's-
standing right on top of him, by the way. Remember, I'm like this,
well,
doing
we'll
the
say
chicken
it's-
over. Yeah.
Okay, that is fair. One action, you have grabbed the chicken. What would you like to do with your last two actions?
I'm gonna just run as far south as I can. So
I was
down.
going to give it to you as part of a movement, but you talked me out of it. Thank you.
I'm gonna come down here.
Second action
that's
move,
it.
yep.
Third action, I can't move again, can I? Like that's
You
it.
can, yes.
I'm done?
Movement is one of
Okay.
the only things that you can do more than once. One action. Yeah.
All right. I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna run even further down.
Okay. So you'll notice that where you've moved, two of the cages of these Axhounds have been knocked on their side because the white spine that was down there had I would say you'd have to get around the thingy, so you'd probably have to be one.
Okay, sorry, yeah, no, that's right. So yeah, so what is it? It's like 5 per. So
yeah,
1,
5 per.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, if you've got 25 feet of movement, you can go there.
No, I don't. I've only got that. That's
Okay.
good.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. You do notice that some of these cages have been knocked over because the Axhound that was on the southern end had crashed into them as it was pulling away. Just a little tidbit for your own knowledge. 3 actions, great. You've snatched up a chicken and you've moved and moved. You'll see one of the Axhounds looks at it hungrily and yips at its bar and kind of snaps in your direction. Okay, Storm, what are you doing?
Storm will turn to the guy and outright ask, "Do you wish to live, or should we take care of them?"
Keep everyone safe, but please don't harm them. They're you can see he's kind of conflicted. If you can get them into their cages, I'll reward you. I'll reward all of you. And he like kind of calls that out. There's a few like just Alethi that were looking around, but they've all scattered, and he is just desperately looking for someone to help. I'll reward anyone that can get them back in their cages unharmed.
All right.
Does that change your mind on what you're going to do?
Yeah,
You're not going to assassinate a white spine?
Storm's kind of probably go down really quick, but yeah.
All right, talk us through it. What you thinking there, Grogrin?
Storm is going to grab one of the chickens because he was right next to Fez.
I'm going to say now Revilk is aware of what's going on, and he is going to be barring your way from any more of his chickens getting snatched up.
Slapping hands away.
Yeah. He's now kind of like standing in front of his chickens, all protective.
No.
Oh, heck! Welcome, Raiders.
What are your thoughts? You could try and push past him, but he is actively stopping you from doing it.
If he's actively stopping me from doing it, Storm will get out the vials of paralytic Kremling vermin.
Okay.
This poor man.
Yeah, his livelihood's getting.
And he will move up to the white spine and try and shove the vial down its mouth.
Now you do know that paralytic, the venom isn't effective when ingested.
Oh, that's right.
You're the one that told me that, and I remember. So you could apply it to your blade, which will last. It'd last for 2 swings per venom usage, and I would be making a test against how effective it is. But yeah, you can remove it, apply it, and then move up.
Actually,
remove it, apply it, and move up.
Okay.
Does Storm have like tattoo supplies, or does he just get all of his tattoos and stuff? Like, would he have any sewing needles or anything like that?
Yeah, you can ask the white spine if you'd lie down for a quick tattoo.
No, I was just asking because he could probably douse some needles in poison and throw it between the therapists.
Yeah, I would say a throwing knife has the weight to it that would work. I don't think sewing needles would have the weight to be able to punch a skin if you're just throwing them. He'd really need to be stabbing those because, the idea of throwing a knife is it's got a fair bit of weight. Those needles would just
Momentum.
hit it and then just.
You You should have some surgical supplies. You could use the needles from one of those.
Yeah, I'm all for you dosing a couple. I'd say you'd be able to get with that one vial as many needles as you want if you just want to start like using them as like a dagger. We might halve, or we'll make them only do 1 damage, but they'll be applying the venom on it.
Yeah, do that then.
I like the idea of that. Yeah, so you'll have as many needles as you have that you can apply with
strike
that
roll?
one bottle. No, make a dagger attack. It's close enough to a dagger, but we'll just say it only does 1 damage and applies the poison. Okay, and you are going to have to move up close as well. All right, that is a hit. So I'm going to reduce his hit points by 1. You'll notice the bar moved a lot when I did that.
Yeah, these.
What am I going to roll for?
It's
defense?
nothing.
I thought you were serious for a second.
I was serious. He took the damage. Zoom in on that bar.
Did you say these were juvenile?
Oh yeah, they're juvenile. These are. Well, I didn't say. I implied they were smaller than the full adult ones. I'm gonna.
Fantastic.
You could do like exhausted.
I'm gonna do. No, he has a save against the venom, but there's not really anything. I'm gonna do his physical defense. Let's say it's a DC 12. Does that seem fair? I think that seems fair.
Yeah.
Would you say this is a weak poison, an effectual poison, or a potent poison?
I'd say it'd be a weak poison.
It's a weak poison.
So it's a DC 12 athletics test, or take 1d6 vital damage. I don't know what vital means.
It's damage that can't be reduced by deflection value.
Oh,
But you can base the DC off of that to figure out what.
And that was
equal to
athletics, did you say?
Caroline. Yeah, DC 12 athletics test.
Okay. Oh, that was almost in that one. Okay, with an 18, he took the pinprick of damage and a little bit of blood trickles out, but it manages to push through. But you reckon if you apply more and more venom in this fashion, you might be able to get somewhere. But that was one action to pull it out with your supplies. You moved up and then you stabbed. Also, you should be next to the white spine if you're going to be stabbing there, Mr. Storm. I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
What happened with the plot die, by the way?
it was blank.
It happened. It was blank.
So blank does nothing.
Yeah, blank does
it doesn't show when it's blank. If it did hit you can click on the 915. And
Yeah, it does show a 0, but like a blank plot die does nothing.
Blank plot die does nothing, correct. Okay. So you now have the dagger and the vial ready, so I would say that you could make I guess regular attack on an offhand attack and apply the venom each time. But that would be your 3 actions done.
Yep.
Now we have White Spine number 2's turn. Why can't I move White Spine number 2? Because I somehow am no longer on movement, I'm on ping. Here we go. All right. White Spine number 2 is charging up towards Sun in his fast action, and it is going to try and gore you with its tusks. And you've already used your reaction, correct?
Yep, that's correct. I
Excellent.
can't.
Here it comes. Does a 17 hit your physical defense?
It does.
All right. It digs tusks into you. I need you to make for me give for me an athletics test, please.
Athletics, alrighty.
Okay, you succeed. So you can tell it's trying to bring you down, trying to knock you prone. However, it is going to do, because it did manage to traverse more than 15 feet on its turn, it will be doing a total... Holy shit, that's not right.
It might be right. Momentum, I'm guessing.
Oh no, I clicked the wrong one. The momentum adds 3 damage to its already 6. So you take a 9 damage total. So take the 6 and the 3. I accidentally rolled his actual damage twice.
That is half my health.
Yep, that's a big hit.
Hey, now you get to test out those radiant powers.
That's maybe if I get a chance to use them.
I'll double check the book later to see if I should have only sent one of them at you, but I'm pretty sure it's 2. So we'll hopefully have living players at the end of this combat.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's kind of
we
out of
should.
my hands
We'll
now,
see.
so we're going to round 2. Who would like to take a fast turn?
I think Sun will take another fast turn.
I think Talanor will take another fast turn.
How far can I throw a chicken?
I would say 20 feet with disadvantage if you make a DC 5.
Okay.
And
I'll
if you throw a
take a fast
chicken,
turn.
it's probably going to like scatter midair as it's going down.
Yeah, I'll take a fast turn. Oh. Okay.
I'm just gonna be the only one taking a slow turn.
Talanor is going to try and intimidate the same one again.
Yep.
As he's going to try and push it back even further by asserting his dominance.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna go back to slow turn.
And thankfully I have advantage because of flame stance.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. Double 19.
Double 19s. Yeah, you successfully intimidate it, so it is going to.
He's just kind of waving his sword in its direction. He's like, back.
It jumps back from you, leaping in the opposite direction as you seem to be in its mind. You can get the feeling that it's summarizing or summing or like weighing you up, and doesn't look like it wants to tangle with you. It does actually look like it might be a little intimidated by you, so it jumps back in a fast movement.
And let me double check movement. 25. Yeah, I can move 25. I'll use the rest of my stuff to move. If it wants to take an attack of opportunity, I believe it can. This one here.
It does not.
And that takes 2. Let me double check flame stance, because I know it gives me an extra action when I'm one-on-one with something to either gain, or use an action that includes an attack test targeting that enemy. I don't want to attack it though. I'll use it to gain advantage on my next. I'm going to try and do gain advantage to try and give me advantage on an athletics test on my next turn.
Yep.
I'm going to use my heavy weaponry skill.
Well, you've done 1 intimidation and you've moved, so that's 2 actions on your fast turn, yeah?
Yes, but flame stance. Additionally, while there is exactly 1 enemy within your reach and none of your allies are within reach of that enemy or you can use a free action to gain an action, which you can spend only to gain advantage or use an action that includes an attack test targeting.
It does give you the free attack test, yeah, okay.
That's true.
But instead of making an attack, I'm going to use that free action to gain advantage for an athletics test I want to take on my next turn.
Yep.
I'm going to use heavy weaponry.
That's what you're getting from flame stance, giving advantage to your athletics next turn.
No,
Not
basically,
was it one or was it both, or was it? Check it in the.
It gives me a free action that I can spend to gain advantage. Gain advantage is an action I can do. To roll a
And you're
skill.
doing the heavy weaponry gain advantage now.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm going to use discipline for this. It makes more sense as Talanor is going to steady himself and get in a readied mental state and position to grab this thing's chain.
Okay.
Basically, like stealing himself for what's going to happen next.
Well, roll that now, and we'll carry that advantage over for your next turn.
Oh, shucks. That's fine.
No advantage.
You don't quite steal yourself enough.
Yeah,
the white
he's
spine
like kinda...
comes face to face with an actual white spine, and you can see where the name instills fear.
Yeah. He like tries to get in close, but pulls back, seeing it snap at him. That'll be the end of my turn.
All right, son, what are you doing?
Sun's actually gonna go down to a slow turn. Sorry.
That's okay. And anyone else taking a fast before I go to NPC fast turns?
Nope.
All right. I'm going to do something a little bit nasty.
Ooh, fun.
I'm in danger.
The white spine in front of Storm and Sun all of a sudden tenses up and then spits out a foul pheromone all around it, and it kind of like sprays out of some of the bits of carapace on the back of this spine. Every non-white spine character within 10 feet will need to make a discipline test as it releases foul-smelling pheromones. So you can click on the word pheromone release and then click discipline test, and that should automatically roll your discipline test.
Oh, thank goodness.
Or Sun.
The only one that's not within range, I believe, is Dr. Faz. You're 10 feet away. Good, sir.
We're going. That's the one downside to bigger tokens. They have a bigger AoE.
Everyone except for Faz. Faz is the only one that's outside of reach. It's okay. It's a low DC. And is this everyone's own independent? Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. It was using your own will. Everybody succeeds, so none of you are stunned until the juvenile white swine's next turn.
I should
Stunned.
be an 18 then, not a 17.
What's your will DC?
I
The
have
discipline's
a
for your
will
discipline
DC of 2 and a discipline of +3.
It'd be just your discipline in total, so it was slightly wrong. That's okay. Your discipline is 3, so it should have been a +3.
It did the same for Sun as well.
And I
It
want to
used
check
Rage's
Talanor. What is your discipline?
My discipline is a +4.
Yours is a +4, so that worked. So 9 + 4. Makes
For
13.
me, whenever I look at after you rolled for the pheromone release, instead of Sun and instead of Storm,
Yeah,
it says
rolled for the
Spine.
white spine.
Yeah.
I'll see their rolls and all.
No, I
I
can
don't
see, yeah, white spine 2 got the discipline test. All right, that's okay. Those were high enough that you guys succeeded. And luckily, you've got a +4 to your discipline, and you succeeded there, Talanor. That was all that white spine does on its turn. Going to slow turns. Who would like to go first?
I wouldn't mind going first.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
let
Dr.
Faz
Fazir.
go first.
So Faz is gonna take the chicken by its neck and really like flap it around and get it to make lots of noise. And I'm gonna try and persuade the white spines to pay attention to only me and the chicken.
Okay, give for me, because it wouldn't be persuasion, because it would be deception or survival.
Deception, I can go. I don't mind deception. Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
so close.
Okay,
So
with
I'm-
an 18 deception, you will get. Which one are you targeting? Because it will only be.
I can
towards
only
one of
target
them.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll target the one next to Grogrin and
Okay.
and Sun.
You see after this white spine spat out pheromones, its head snaps towards the noise, and its eyes taste hungrily the chicken in your hands.
I'm then gonna run towards the cage,
Yep. Second action. What's your third?
and I'm gonna lob that chicken straight into the cage.
You hear your Vilk yell out, Revilk yell out, no! Actually, roll for me 1d7, and we'll say if it's a 1 or 2, you grabbed either the goose or the songbird.
Ah.
We'll see which chicken you grabbed.
Oh, let's hope you didn't get the goose.
Unless
I hope you didn't get the songbird.
Grogrin and unless everyone pointed out which ones were the special ones, would you have intentionally gone for one of the generic chickens?
No, I would have gone for a generic one.
Okay.
Because he was pointing out the
your
the
party
special
did
ones. I know which ones
successfully
they were.
identify and told it to you. So yeah, you would have grabbed one of the normal chickens. That's fine. It's a painted regular chicken.
Okay. So yeah, I lobbed that chicken into the cage.
Roll for me, because you're now within 10 feet. Roll for me just a light weaponry test, I guess, and your DC is a 5 to at least hit it in the square.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm going to say is, actually, you tell me the chicken is going exactly where you want and how you want it. What can you picture? What do you want it to do?
It's not even a throw. Like I've clearly got their attention, and then like a bowling champion, Faz just gets this chicken and like Kamehamehas it, and it just flies straight in.
Okay.
Like he's a natural born chicken whisperer, and he knows exactly what it needs.
And I'll say the chicken's flown straight through head first, and its head has gone through the cage, through on the opposite end. And it's somehow gotten stuck. So right now, it's just a flapping wild mess at the very end of the cage, trying to get its head out of a bit of rope its beak got stuck into. Oh yeah, like the beak itself went like a dartboard into one of the wooden posts. And so it's just there flapping like crazy. All right. Yeah, cool. That changes things drastically. Who would like to take their slow turn next?
Sun will take his turn. He will use the brace action to avoid any more attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And follow it up with breathing in some Stormlight.
Okay, 2 action, breathe in Stormlight. Talk us through.
All right, so after getting practically gored by this, he's going to lever this white spine off him as its attention is being drawn to a chicken. It's going to start go into a stance forward deflection and breathe deep. And as he's breathing deep, the beads that are just tucked just underneath his tunic, the stream of stormlight comes up, enters his body, and he begins to glow.
Okay. What mechanically does that do for you?
At this stage, he has investiture. It currently does nothing.
Excellent. All right. You've breathed in Stormlight, and I'm not sure whether the people, your party around you, notice. I would say that Revilk is far too preoccupied with what's going on right now to even look in your direction after he saw one of his prized chickens get bowled into a cage. Yeah, excellent. And that's your 3 actions, yeah?
Yes. So that's
all right. Lucky last. Storm, what are you going to do?
Storm is going to use a skill to try and treat an ally, the ally being Sun.
Okay. So just remember, if you're using medicine, you only it's a DC 15 test, and you heal HP equal to your points in medicine, not your rank in medicine. So you can heal him for 2 hit points with 2 pips in medicine.
Whoa.
What was that?
Yeah. It zoomed in on all of us. I have no idea how that happened. Whatever you did looked cool, though. Cool.
By the way, regenerate is a free action.
Only at the start of a turn.
Yeah, so you got to breathe in Stormlight first, and then the next turn you regenerate.
So, medicine test.
Okay, roll for us that medicine test. That succeeds. So you recover 2 points of HP there, son.
Excellent. 2 points.
Cool. Moving on. So that was your first action. What else are you doing there, Storm?
Storm is going to. Can I use the skill multiple times per turn?
Yes, they just have to be different skills.
Yeah.
Sweet. Storm is going to try and disappear right in front of this white spine with stealth.
I would say, much like taking the brace action, you don't have any magical ability like an elven cloak to appear to disappear.
I can't see you. You're not there.
I would say if you want.
Well, the white
to
spine's
move-
distracted by the chicken, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's no facing in. There, it's distracted by the chicken.
How
I'll tell you
about we?
what.
I got an idea. If you
Yeah.
don't mind being interesting.
No,
How
go
about
for it.
for during a flourish with the deflection, the
Yep.
Sun's cape is billowing up. Using that moment, he could try and sneak around Sun to get away to a stealth.
I'll tell you what. I think roll for me a stealth test, and if it works, then
Include movement
Maybe
and then
raise-
be my
Maybe
two-
raise the stakes instead, since it's a very difficult thing to try and hide. Maybe.
There you go.
yeah, like I was
Yeah.
thinking, why would you do that rather than just disengage? Do a stealth test and raise the stakes, and then depending on how you roll, we'll work out what happens.
Oh,
Okay.
At least you didn't get a confrontation.
yeah.
Get a
that would've
6 on your stealth test. The cape, using it to try and get into cover, you've ducked behind the cape a little bit, and then, like the perfect end of a towel whip, the cape manages to like hit you right in the face, and you make a noise just loud enough that you're shocked and stunned just for a second. The white spine snaps his head back. It clearly sees you. It clearly sees Sun, and then it's just like, but there's a chicken over there, and so it's a little bit puzzled as to what it's going to do, but it's still interested in the chicken. However, you are not hidden from it in any fashion.
Yep.
You can try just moving away from it too. When Talanor moved away from it, you might have noticed that it didn't take an attack of opportunity.
Third action, disengage.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, it like nips the air away from as you've stepped away and you've dodged out of it. All right, 3 actions done and dusted. And then lucky last, we have Sun. Oh no, you already acted, didn't you, Sun?
I'm done. I'm done.
That's it. That's right, because you invested. Excellent. All right, round 2 complete. We're going to the top of round 3. Mark yourself if you want to do a fast turn. Right now, we've got Talanor.
I'll do a fast turn. Yeah.
I am mistaken. This white spine
Yeah. This one hasn't
Yeah.
acted yet.
hasn't acted yet, and it's taking a slow turn. What I'm going to
Yeah.
do is it's just going to slash out at you with its claws.
I will reaction to dodge.
Okay. Reaction dodge. Is that to a hit or to damage?
Attack check.
Alrighty, let's see if it manages to land a slash. Does an 11 hit your physical?
No, it's a 13, and a 13 does not hit my physical.
Oh, sorry, 13. It might have been closer. Okay, you managed to dodge out of the way. Brr. Got 2 more actions. What is it going to do?
Can't dodge anymore. I
It
forgot.
kind of like crouches down away from you because you're still intimidating this guy. And it is going to release a defensive pheromonious gas around itself. Roll for
Oh,
me,
no.
please, a discipline test. You're looking for... I mean, I shouldn't be telling you the DC, but you smash it. This pheromone is getting up your nostrils. It's stinging. It's acrid, but you manage to push through it, and you shake off the effects, and you remain unstunned. Okay. that is that action. All of those are done. Now we go to the fast turns. Talanor,
Yep.
take the road. What are you doing?
I am going to use the free action granted to me from my, or the extra action granted to me from Flame Stance. I am going to use heavy weaponry to try and gain advantage on grabbing, on using athletics to grab the chains, wrap it around it, and basically try and use the chains themselves sort of like a grappling weapon almost.
Okay. I will say I will allow you to utilize that as a grapple. Grapple is 2 action anyway. So 2 action grapple, you grab the chain, and because I like the use of it and it is chained with it already, I'll give
Would you rather me do athletics and to gain advantage on a heavy weaponry to try and grapple?
I like heavy weaponry for the gain advantage because that is you using a heavy chain and then you're using it to grapple, which is athletics. So why don't you give me a heavy weaponry, which will then play into your... you're taking a fast turn, yeah?
Yeah.
Grapple is 2 actions. And
I know. I have I get a free action to gain advantage.
oh, that's every round.
Yep, as long as
me
he's
and
within
the
solo combat.
enemy, as long as I am the only one fighting the enemy and there's no one
Okay.
else around.
15 will do it. You have advantage on your athletics test. Go for the chainy grapple.
I've got a curious question.
Yeah, go for it.
What happens when he gets knocked prone?
What?
Do you lose stances when you're knocked prone?
I would say so.
I'd agree. That's pretty logical.
That makes sense to me. I don't know if it lists that anywhere.
If you're knocked prone or possibly lose your weapon somehow, I would say.
Nah, because
Well,
you can
the thing
do
is-
a weapon kata without a weapon in your hands.
Yeah, I can also use practice kata during conversations as well to get
Yeah.
the benefit.
I'd be happy to him maintain it if he gets disarmed somehow. But if he's knocked prone, I like that thought. I think you'd lose it.
Athletics.
Okay.
11 does not, I don't think, beat its
Physical defense. No, it does not. However, you've got the chain now in your hands, and this thing's kind of a little bit timid towards you. You reckon a little bit more of a leeway, and you got this. All right. Those are your fast turn done. Anyone else going fast?
Almost.
Okay, what are you doing, Storm?
Moving and trying to stuff again.
Okay, roll for me your stealth check.
Oh.
You
Oh,
just had
You're
to ask
straight
for
in the
it.
middle of all the chickens and they just...
I imagine Mo just
had to
saying,
ask
"Get
for
away
it.
from my chickens!"
You jinxed it. You jinxed it.
Okay,
I run
I'm gonna
straight into
say-
the caravan.
a couple of things, right? So you did you move and then stealth?
Yes.
I'm gonna say 2 things happen. Firstly, there was a little bit of back and forth Twitch chat about spawning in some kind of archdevil or the equivalent. How many channel points were that for? And then I typed, wait until for them to roll a complication, because who knows what might happen. And then
Oh,
literally
no.
5 seconds later, you roll that complication. So let's get spicy. All right. You've gone back. You've kind of stumbled over the netting that is keeping the chickens, and like the pen. You've fallen through it, made a loud noise. The chickens start arcing up and just squawking. It's super freaking loud. And you all of a sudden notice that the axe hounds in the cages start getting revved up. They're getting overexcited, overstimulated. One of the cages that was knocked over by the white spine at the start, the axe hound's bashing up against it, up against the gate. The door snaps open, and now we have another combatant coming into the mix. As a axe hound breaks free from one of the cages with your complication.
Oh.
All right. What's your third action there, Storm? Or are you taking a fast? That was your 2 actions.
That was the fast turn.
Excellent.
That was my directions.
Archdevil Axehound has entered the fray. And we've got 2 more cages if you have more complications, but I have other things that can. So don't worry, you're not going to be up against too many enemies. Who's next? Anyone else on a fast turn? All right. We are going to fast turns for the... Let me just chuck the Axehound in. One of the White Spines and one of the Axehounds are going fast. So we're going to do the Axehound first. It is going to...
Oh dear.
You know, it is interested more in the chickens than it is in the people right now, but I'm going to roll a D2 to see if it either goes for the chicken that's squawking in the cage or the ones over by Storm and Revilk. So we're going to say on a 1, it's going to the White Spine cage. On a 2, it's going over to the wagon. All right. The Axehound is going to bound past all of y'all. Oh. Actually, what's his movement? He's faster than that. So the first movement got him here. The second movement, he's going to jump in the middle of them. He hasn't had an action to be able to do anything with it yet, but it's now leapt over and it's amidst all of the chickens. And it's looking there hungrily and greedily.
Because if so, some would get a reactive strike.
Yes, would you like to make a reactive strike, son? Against the Axehound that just barreled past you.
Done?
Sorry, no.
No reactive strike?
No
He's
reaction
keeping
from
that
Sun.
focus. Okay. And then White Spine, which one did I say was taking a fast one? White Spine 1, which is the one that's facing Talanor. It is going to... It's still kind of fighting defensively. Ah, no, it's going to claw at you. It's going to lash out at you one more time with its claw there. You're going to dodge to hit again?
Yep, to hit.
Okay, and you don't have to spend focus on that, do you? Because of a fighter, a warrior thing, yeah?
No, actually, I'm not in vigilant stance anymore, so let me actually spend my 2 focus.
Excellent. And we'll go with a disadvantage. Here we go. Oh, the first roll was a natural 20. The second roll was a natural 1. So with the disadvantage, it's lashed out at you with its claw. It has missed digging it into the ground, and it looks at you and snarls, and then it's actually going to take a step backwards from you as his last action.
Talanor snarls back at it,
Yeah.
keeping up the intimidating persona.
It notices that you've got its chain, so it's actually starting to like back away from you to try and like maybe pull the chain out, or it's lived probably most of its life with its chain around its neck, so it's viewing you as one of its captors. Okay, they are the fast turns done. Who would like to go slow first? Who would like to go fast on their slow? All right, what are you doing,
Can
Faz?
I go slow again?
Yeah.
You guys okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Faz is going to move up between the cages. So this is 15. That's 20. Can I split between the cages?
Yeah, I'll say make for me an agility or an athletics test as part of that movement. And we'll say DC, it's pretty easy. We'll go DC 12. If you can beat that, you go through. Otherwise, it might take a little bit more movement. Yeah, you slip through. Perfect.
The second turn, he makes it behind this cage, and then he's going to target this. How do I? Oh, there we go. Right like that. I'm going to target that one, and he's gonna deceive the white spider into making him a chicken by doing the behind the cage, as if he looks like he's in the cage. Like, come get me, come get me.
Okay, roll for me a deception test.
Deception. There it is.
Oh, you just hit my DC. Damn it. I hate that it's working, but I love that it's working. All right. It snaps its head around in distraction. It's kind of torn in 2 phases. It's not sure whether or not it wants to fight away from Talanor, but it also sees some kind of tasty chicken man seemingly inside its cage. The next interaction with it's going to have advantage. So I'm going to say that that was successful enough because Talanor's got its chain. He'll get advantage on his next grapple attempt on it. I think that's fair, and I think if maybe Talanor doesn't do anything and doesn't grapple and it has a turn, it might go into the cage. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what goes first. All right. Anyone else going slow? Got a few people still.
Yeah, Sun's slow still.
Yep.
Start of Sun's turn. The investiture is going to recover him.
Okay.
Select Sun.
Yeah, that'll be a 1d6 plus your current tier. So we're tier 1 still.
You
so 1d6
regenerate
plus
4 wounds.
Yep.
And that's just a free action at the start of your turn because being invested is fucking cool. Oh, and it's got the little mana bar on the left, like the investiture bar.
You can also use an action to enhance yourself to gain a +1 to strength and +1 to speed.
That's right. He's going to enhance.
Enhance.
That's
Zoom.
Okay.
Why?
Clarify. Enhance.
Yeah, that's all I picture. It's just like when they're blow up that photo for me. It's like a shitty camera, street view security camera. All right, what are you doing? 2 actions left. Kuna Manakai Luna Tikyu.
Kuna Manakai Luna Tokyo. Okay. He's going to then use a decisive command for his cousin. He's got to order him, say, "Cousin, push it back into the cages." Why is my selection tool not working? That's why. And then his last action is to continue bracing.
Okay. And does the enhance increase your physical defense as well?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't go into calculation on the character sheet for automated, but
yeah,
it
I
does.
see the
increase-
strength and the speed went up, but your physical defense didn't.
That's right.
We'll have a look into
So-
that because it might come into play. And you've done decisive command on Talanor.
That's right.
All right, cool. That is your 3 actions. I like it. And then that is the last, yeah.
I think that's 3 actions. Oh, brace, never mind.
Brace, enhance, and
Okay. Slow turns. White Spine number 2. What are you going to do? It is going to bound into the cage as move, and then third action, it is going to make an attack against the chicken with its
No,
mouth.
chicken.
It's going to mouth attack, which is going to be a gore in this instance. It wholeheartedly bites the whole body off the chicken, and all that's left is the bill that's stuck in the back of the wood, just going doing as the body is just gone and it swallows it whole. 1 fell bite. Chomp, chomp, chomp. That's
One
the 3 actions. for
foul
White Spine.
Bite?
1 foul bite. Okay.
Get out. Yeah.
All right, let's we're real close to wrapping this up on time for the break. So that's slow turns done. Fast turns, go. Give me what you got.
I'll take a fast turn so I can
Son.
hopefully end this.
All right, decisive command. It looks like this White Spine's going for the chicken man and trying to get away from you. You can use the chain to kind of grapple lead it into the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll roll athletics to try and grapple it with the chain. That
Athletics with advantage and add a d4, my dude. And you know what? Roll. Oh no, you're already getting the decisive command. We'll let the plot die go to the next person.
Do we need
And
to
then-
close these cages using
I'm glad someone thought of that.
out turns? Yeah.
oh, nice.
Can I Actually, I don't know what I can use this opportunity on. I'll give the opportunity to Storm.
No, I got you on that opportunity. We're going to influence the narrative. You managed to come up alongside of the white spine using the chain. You yank its head, turning the body completely. You wrap it around and then use its momentum. It sees the chicken man at the back of the cage, and it kind of, without knowing what else to do, bounds into the cage. And with your crit opportunity, you notice the doors are swung open and fairly easy to latch, and you manage to close that door for the white spine in front of you, flick the latch, and then you just cool hero pose in front of it as the door closes and locks. The other one, however, is not yet. We'll move you up. The other one's still unlocked, so someone might have to take a fast turn to sort that out. But you have safely secured one of them.
Talanor does pet the white spine as it goes back into the cage as a sort of reward for it listening to his commands as he intimidates it back into its cage.
I'll allow that because you smashed the crit. You give it a nice little pet, and it kind of looks more confused than anything. Who would like to take another fast turn?
I'll take mine to try and quickly get to the other side.
Yeah, I'd say you've got enough movement to get through that. You don't need to roll a test this time. And it doesn't require a check. First action move, second action, close it up.
Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, no, I just close it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a difficult task. You can achieve a simple task like that without actions and rolling. With a slam, the last cage shuts. You take a breath, the four of you, and soak in your surroundings.
There's still an axe sound.
Yeah, we still got the axe sound.
Yep.
The music's
And we will deal with that axe sound after the break. So, yeah. For those of you on the Twitch side of things, we're taking our short 15-minute break now. For those of you on the YouTube side of things, bit of a cliffhanger. Is this axe sound going to kill the whole four party members? Stay tuned till next episode to find out. Thank you so much for joining us. And
This evened it out.
I'm getting a pet place. I want to wear out.
All right, thank you all.